It's interesting because after you saw Elon Musk's comments on social media over the holiday period, you had Donald Trump kind of fall in line and voice his own support for H-1B visas. Of course, it'll be interesting to see if he sticks to that view as we get deeper into his administration. But give us some context here. We talk about H-1B visas in the context of the tech industry all the time. What role do they play, though?
So H-1B visas actually play a very critical role. American companies are the most successful companies in the world in a variety of industries and sectors. And part of their success is attributed to their ability to hire the best and brightest from around the world. Now, the H-1B visa is one of the ways in which companies are able to hire and retain talent from around the world and remain competitive and global leaders in industries ranging from technology to semiconductor to AI to the financial industry, a variety of industries.
We know we have the first Trump administration to look back to for data, for context. You were kind enough to share some numbers with our team ahead of this. And you noted that the denial rate for these H-1B visas before Trump took office was 6%. Then it increased to an all-time high of 24% in 2018, then immediately dropped down to 4% during Biden's first year in office. Can we look to that happening again? Or do you think this time will be different given that Elon Musk has the ear of the president and he's so supportive of this type of visa?
I think it remains to be seen whether or not the second Trump administration is in any way going to be different. Obviously, folks that are in the industry are watching the way in which the Trump administration and the immigration restrictionists reconcile with the fact that there are certain tech leaders that are close to President Trump. But if we have, if basically what we have to go on is what happened during the first Trump administration. And to your point, the denial rates did increase to an all-time high, and then overall processing times increased, and it was just more inefficient and difficult to obtain the same visas for the foreign workers on the part of a lot of these companies. And so what a lot of us in the industry are watching is to see whether or not there's going to be a repeat of that the second time around.
Do you believe that within a short period of time, say the next Trump administration, the U.S. will be able to put an infrastructure in place to actually train Americans to do this type of work, or did that ship sail?
Actually, what I think a lot of people don't realize is that the H-1B visa program itself contains protections that are designed just for that. The H-1B visa program has numerous protections that are designed to ensure that if a company is going to hire a foreign worker, no harm is coming to a U.S. worker. There are also certain fees that need to be paid to the government to accompany the H-1B filing. The purpose of some of those fees is to be able to fund the training of American workers. So I think that the investment in training in the U.S. workforce is ongoing, and I think most people would be surprised to learn that the H-1B visa petition actually plays a role in that.
I want to talk too about the fact that you have a lot of big tech leaders kind of coming to Mar-a-Lago and kind of kissing the ring when it comes to Donald Trump, of course, and he also is surrounded by the likes of Elon Musk and other big supporters of the H-1B visa process. And we were talking about the fact that for now, Donald Trump does seem to support the initiative despite what we saw in the first term. What's your outlook for whether that remains the case?
So what I'm going to be watching out for is a repeat of the first Trump administration. And what we're ensuring is that companies that we work with are properly prepared for some of the same things happening a second time around. Honestly, I think it remains to be seen the way that the tech leaders that are close to President Trump reconcile with the folks that have a little bit of a different stance when it comes to legal immigration. I, of course, am optimistic and hoping that it's not necessarily going to be an exact repeat, because if we take a step back, I think folks will realize that this is actually an economic win-win on all sides. In order for our companies to continue to be global leaders, we need to be able to hire the best and brightest from around the world. And the H-1B visa is a really important way in which we do that.